And now. And now.
Try and keep it in 3 though. We're going to do it in 3, but
Yes.
this comes...
Robin, may I make a suggestion? If you are conducting this kind of music here and here and here, it's difficult to know where you want the chord to be played.
Okay.
I think you have to conduct this kind of, especially this kind of music, on an imaginary surface. So that always, you know, the orchestra always knows where to play. Then you can take all the time you want. You can go up and wait for hours and nobody will play, provided they know that when you get here they play again. But if you beat 1 here and then 2 there, it's very difficult to know where to play. Okay. And if you want not to subdivide it, which is, I think, absolutely correct, your instinct is absolutely correct, but for this you have to say, this is the 1, this is the 2, play the accent in the middle, and this is the 3.
Okay. Let's try. Can we try?
But this was very good before now.
8.
Are you convinced or not yet?
Yeah. Well, I've got to get it right. I know it's right.
No. Why not?
Of course, I'm definitely convinced by the whole shape of it. But you know.
Because now it had Now it had a line. Now it had a line. For me, it had a line over the first 4 bars that descended to this strange foreign key, and then a line over the next 4 keys for the 4 bars, and then now you're in A flat. So play from the A flat. No? 9.
Mana.
9.
9.
Conducting is a profession in the sense that it needs professional training. You don't practice conducting like you practice the violin for a certain number of hours a day. But you have to always conduct as if every musician is watching you. They don't always. And very often it's not necessary. But the gestures that are at the disposal of a conductor are the result of his knowledge. I'm not even looking at them, nothing, but they know exactly where to play because they know where the beat is going to come. And then you wait in the air, you let them fill the space, but they must know when to play again.
I'm just going to practice.
Yeah, good. Now stay like this. They'll come to you. Don't go to them. They'll come to you. Yeah. Huh? But within that imaginary surface, you must give them the impulse for the accent if you don't want to subdivide it. In other words, either you conduct. The conductor has to know that the sound doesn't start out of nothing, that you have to actually bring it in, that you breathe in and then you sing it out. And therefore, when you give an upbeat, when you give a sign for the orchestra to start, it has to give many things. It has to give an idea of the speed at which you expect the music to be played. It has to give an idea of the loudness that you expect the music to be played. It has to be given maybe a much more intimate idea of what kind of sound you want from the point of view also of color. Is it darker? Is it brighter? Is it sustained? Everything that has to do with the qualities of sound. And therefore, the two elements, the technique of conducting and the knowledge of a conductor of the phenomenon of sound and of music itself are completely interrelated. Watch me. Either you conduct in eighth notes, right? And there it is. Okay? Or you conduct in three, but then you have to give them the impulse for the accent. What you cannot do is this. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good.
No, but you understand?
Yeah. And so then on the accent, to talk about, to show them the speed of the bow, the depth of the bow, what type of accent you want with that second beat.
Well, you give the impulse and then you move your arm like you expect everybody to move the bow.
Yeah.
You know, orchestra musicians always claim they don't look at the conductor. But when it's, when it's necessary, the last moment they always do.
Oh, sorry. Can we do 9 once more?
9.
Just for me.
Is that the accent you want? Is that the kind of accent you want?
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah. Well, there you are.
Can we carry on, though? It gets more difficult. Let's go from 11. Carry on from 11.
You give them the impulse and then you don't trust them. Yeah. Don't do something. They play. Just give them the impulse and they will play the accent. Don't get in their way. You've given them the impulse. You have showed them. Look at the music. It says forzando in between the note. Boom. And there it goes. Don't go, because you understand, you only confuse them.
Okay. Sorry, I thought we were the bar. Sorry, my fault. That bar, yes. Yeah, okay, there's this. It might not be strong enough. Let me just try one thing, though. So, of course, a part of it, to get really what I wanted, it would take a long time. But just the fact of being there and taking part in it was an honor. It was an honor. And I wanted to leave my ego at the door. I wanted to shed myself of things in order to be able to go and do that. And you have to do that in order to do these things.
At the moment you're not prepared, you are reacting to the music. And they are not going with you because they were not prepared to react with you. You have to be in advance. In other words, yum, plum, 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 the upbeat. And then when you give the downbeat, you must really make everybody sit up and show them what you expect them to hear and therefore do. But you let them start and then you start correcting them, as it were.
Exactly.
This is the problem. I think when you want a change or when you have something very important you want to get across, you must do that before the music does it, not after as a reaction. There's a difference between